Hey, what's going on, everybody? Nemesis Prime 85 coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at another insane upgrade kit from Dino Model Shop on Instagram for DLX Prime. Before we get into the head, I will again talk about all the upgrades that are currently on this guy. We've got the fully articulated hands from Dino Model. We have the torso kit, which includes the traps, smokestack section, these guys, and of course these, which make the figure 10 times more accurate. If you haven't seen my installation video, go check that out if you need help. But I also now have, I think it's the R035 Replenish kit. Don't quote me on that. It's something along those lines, but it is 3D printed parts that extend his shoulders and arms out, and then these guys down in here, which beef up his lats a little bit. See, they're literally just little 3D printed pieces that slide in through the already existing piece. And then I have the MC003F feet on here because, in my opinion, they look better than Quans, because Quans are a little weird. We'll go over that in a second. But yes, this video is going to focus on the EMP head, but it is also kind of just a full custom Prime video. So we'll put them off to the side and focus on why y'all are actually here. And that, see, I've hit the point where I have so many upgrade heads that I can't really, I grab one, I'm like, oh, is this it? No, they're similar, but here it is. This is the EMP Studio DLX Optimus head from Dino Model Shop. And as you can see, it is a beautiful sculpt, highly accurate. I don't know if y'all can hear my cat outside my door meowing because he wants some snuggles, but my only issue with mine is that this antenna is a little bent, but it's not that big of an issue. But yeah, as you can see, the sculpt work is insane on this. And the nice thing about most of his newer upgrade heads is you take a stack of magnets, hold it up to it, and the eyes light up. And as you can see, once you get those eyes on, it changes this head completely. And I went for this head over a second Quan, mostly just because of how pissed off he looks, which I think fits for how I have my display, because him and Megatron are standing right next to each other, so I think this just works. I do love the Quan head, don't get me wrong, but it is definitely outdated now because they have done a 2.0, which from the looks of it, is a completely new sculpt that looks so much better than the original. But I don't see the need to replace it at the moment. So, but yeah, speaking of the Quan head, you can see I love this head. Do not get me wrong. This was the first upgrade I bought from Dino, but it is definitely inferior to the EMP, in my opinion. Mostly because the colors on the EMP definitely match the DLX more, whereas this, which I now have on the MC003F, which is a knockoff Dark of the Moon version, the unscuffed, normal-looking, brighter colors look a lot better on that. We will go over that soon. But comparing now the EMP and the original head on the DLX, which for some reason isn't. This is why I didn't like the stock head. It's just pieces come off for no reason. It doesn't look good. So that's why you gotta come spend $65 on a new head. Yeah, expensive, but worth it. And that's the nice thing about this guy with the magnets, is with the stock, you have to like pop it off, get in there. Oh yeah, I forgot I took the battery out of this guy and stuck it in Megatron. Probably should have checked that before the video. But if you've seen the DLX figure, you know what his head looks like with the lights on. It's just a teeny little LED. Not like this, where you've got the full eyeball lit up and detailed. But yeah, I love this head. It was well worth it in my opinion. The Quan head is like $95 because it includes the swap out pieces for the jet power combination mode. Whereas this guy is just the head and the faceplates. But speaking of the faceplate, all you have to do is come down here, grab this guy, and it comes off with a magnet. Let's see, it takes his nose with him, and then you take mouth, magnets, locks in, boom. Which I honestly have a hard time deciding which way to display him. I'm always a faceplate displayer, even though I love, as you all know, clearly, based on my channel and everything I've said, Bayverse is one of my favorite Transformers medias, and Bayverse Prime is like my favorite look of Optimus. But I love the mouth. I just have a hard time displaying him in a good way with the mouth, because I think it just looks weird having him holding a bunch of guns and he's just not like ready to kill somebody, you know? But I love how this looks. It is truly fantastic. Yeah. Again, just, I don't have the mouth for Quan handy, but yeah. And even the lights on this guy, it's supposed to be a tap. They don't work anymore for some reason, so. But just swapping it back out, literally. One thing to be careful with is the top of the nose. Just bring it down and then out so that doesn't snap. One issue I did have with my faceplate, I don't know how well you can see it, but right here I had to trim off some excess plastic because there was just some old flash and it was making the faceplate sit completely crooked. But I trimmed that off. It's still a little off, but I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine. But now you bring in the body, as I almost break his knee pad off carrying him over. Sorry, I woke up with a stuffy nose for some reason, so might be a little sick, but we're powering through to get y'all some videos. But it's literally just the same neck adapter for the stock head. Pops in there nice and easy. And there you go. Now you've got Pissed Off Murder Prime. Which, I don't care what anybody says, I love how Optimus was portrayed in the Bay movies. Like, sure, sometimes it's like, okay, chillax. It's like, they're fighting a war. It's a war. You gotta kill people. I don't understand the G1 and everybody that's just like, oh, he's too violent. He has no right to. I saw somebody say he had no right to kill Grinder in the forest fight in Revenge of the Fallen. He was literally getting ganged up on by three Decepticons, and then he kills Grinder, and everybody's like, oh no, he was begging for his life. He didn't deserve that. Like, it's, people tend to forget that, again, it's a war. It's like the way he killed Shockwave. You know, Shockwave, like, one of the most messed up Transformers in this fiction. You read the prequel comic for Dark of the Moon and you find out, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he did something to Alita. It's freaking Shockwave. Like, yeah, Optimus killed him. Boo-hoo. But, yeah, enough. See, that's what I mean. Go on my Instagram. You'll see me ranting in some comments on Reels and such about Bayverse Prime. But yeah, back to the head. This is freaking amazing. This is everything I ever wanted as a child for a Bayverse Prime, and for some reason it took years, but now we're finally getting 100 different versions. I have this guy. I have my Black Apple. I think Black Apple has been the best transforming version you can get. And then last night, Magnificent Mecha comes out of left field with a fully transforming, almost completely accurate Bayverse Prime in both 07 and Dark of the Moon versions. I am spending too much money on Bay Primes, but I don't really care because this is my Optimus. I do have a custom on order with Dino on Instagram. It's like $700, but it is a complete DLX rebuild. So it takes the arms off, takes all the armor off his body, and basically just strips it down to the inner core of the figure, and then replaces everything. The arms are completely replaced, all the armor is completely replaced, and it's the most accurate CG Prime on the planet as of now. So that's coming out. He's slated for start of next year, but knowing Dino's production and how things are, it's probably going to be middle to end of next year. So if I'm still around, I will definitely do a video on that because that will be the best thing in my collection. But if you guys want more info on that, look up Scream Optimus Prime DLX. Scream is the company, the studio that's making it. Or you can check out Racin Wu on Instagram. He is the designer, and he's been doing this for years. And it's finally coming out, but I keep going off on tangents. I haven't made a video in a while, so I got a lot to talk about. But yeah, Optimus, he's freaking beautiful. Just the angry expression on this head is amazing. The color matching is near perfect. It looks different on camera, but in person, it is amazing. Yeah. One thing I will say about this head over the Quan, it does sit a little teeny bit higher, which I think is more proportionally accurate. But we'll scoot him over, and we will bring in the MC003F, and then we'll pop the Quan head back on him. It's a little difficult. But once it's in there, it's in there. And as you can see, yeah, it definitely sits a bit lower, which, I mean, it works, but I like it a little higher because it looks more accurate, in my opinion. But yeah, there you can kind of get a side-by-side and see which one you prefer. I'm definitely an EMP fan. Did the lights turn off on him? I think they did. Don't tell me my battery already died. But yeah, I definitely prefer the EMP just because I like the expression. I think it fits better. The original Quan is good. I would say the new Quan head is probably the best one, but until I get another MC003 and a Jetfire, this will be what I settle with. But it doesn't, neither of them hinder articulation at all. It's fully, you can do everything. My only issue with the Quan head when it was on this guy is that it would pop into the neck and the ball joint would make it stick to the side. So you had to position the neck in a way that it wouldn't look like he's breaking his neck. But I have had no issues so far with the EMP head. But yeah, these are my favorite thing in the collection at the moment. But so I don't have a upgrade kit, the replenish kit on the Dark of the Moon figure, so you can kind of see how it broadens him out and he's a little more compact. Don't get me wrong, I do like him compact, but it is more accurate to have him like this. They also have a Dark of the Moon version of the kit, which has the two pieces that extend him, but they also bring the windows up and out and these up and out, because in Dark of the Moon, the windows were more expressive. So I still do need to get that kit. But yeah, or I could say, and just real quick, if you want to say, nice. My preferred feet for him are the ones that came with him, and then the Quan feet, I think they're just a little too small. But that will be fixed, you know, when I get that custom, whenever that releases. But yeah, there's your two primes. I am considering buying another Muscle Bear version and just beating the crap out of it and painting it up to have an Evasion prime. My plan was buy the normal 07 version of the knockoff, get Jetfire, do that, and then also do the Evasion one, and then take my already existing DLX Last Night Prime, put some Age of Extinction arms on him from Dino, and then they have announced their Nemesis version of the DLX, which would be my Nemesis. So the plan was to have all DLX of every design from the Bay movies. And then I spent $700 on that custom, and now it's like, I don't want to have my perfect CG accurate 07 Revenge of the Fallen version and then have these inferior versions along with it. So now I don't know what to do. They also have his kit, this custom in Evasion form, but it's like $800, which I'm not doing that. Like, as y'all know, if y'all saw my last collection tour, I'm in the process of moving. Like, it's kind of sad. I can actually show y'all. This is all that remains of the main display. There's just a couple things thrown around. I don't know what's going on with my camera. But yeah, it's just a couple things that I have yet to box up. The Detolfs are over there now, which is fine. You know, I have an addiction. My girlfriend buys me Squishmallows, and I love them. But yeah, and it's pretty sad. I'm having to hide my signed missing link so people don't see it and potentially take it when they're walking through my place. But yeah, it sucks, but that's life, you know. Yeah, I do not know what is going on with the camera. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. We can do one last comparison if y'all want to see two of my favorite things. You know, Optimus over here, but then you got this big old beefy boy. I don't even know how to get him in here without hitting my camera. Oh, baby. Look at that. Look at that. So I did get Megatron at TFCon. I was planning on getting Jetfire, but Megatron was sold out everywhere, and I was like, you know, I do need to get Megs next to Optimus. Are his lights on? Oh, there. Yeah, I needed to get Megs. So now I have this, and I'm glad I did it. But yeah, so this is, I believe, the first batch version that's got this more bronze gunmetal look. The newer versions are all in silver. So I need to figure that out with Dino because he has cannon upgrades that don't have the frickin' sword constantly out. I love 3-0. They are my favorite figures to buy, but they need to get their crap together with their accuracy. They omitted so many details on this that I've replaced just because he combined with Jetfire. Not everybody was buying Jetfire to go with him. I didn't. I was planning to, but I didn't. But then Megatron. I think the head is perfect. I'm not going to buy the head from Dino because I think Dino's is inferior, honestly. But I love that head. I think that's fine. He does have posable hands that aren't this rubbery garbage. I think I'll buy those. But then the cannon. Having the sword constantly out was such a dumb decision, in my opinion. It's stupid. But yeah, other than the hands and the cannon, I think Megatron was perfect. Optimus needed a lot of work. Even with all these kits, he's still far from being completely accurate. But we're getting there. If anybody overseas that can use like Shopee and all these other overseas apps wants to hit me up on Instagram and get me some other kits that I can't order myself in the States and send them to me, that'd be much appreciated. Because there are frickin' kits that replace these with that extra bit that's supposed to be on there that was in the promo picks for this guy that's just gone. They've also got some fixed calves, fixed shoulders, the gas can, these guys. Like, they're legit kits to replace the entire figure. But at the same time, I'm sitting here, it's like, is it worth it to keep dumping hundreds into him to make him almost perfect when I have my perfect one coming? But then at the same time, I've got this guy that I got to get perfect now too. And, you know, clearly, as you've seen from my collection, I don't care about owning multiple of the same design. Like, right now, I've got these two. I have the Black Apple. I've got all the ones I had as a kid, all the Studio Series. But now it's like we've got Yellow Park. They were showing off their model kit of the Dark of the Moon version, which I will be getting. You've got Magnificent Mecha with their two versions. I think I'm just going to get both, honestly, because I can't decide which one I would prefer. You've got TMT, who has been teasing us with their Evasion Mode Prime for years. We think that is coming out relatively soon. Who else is there? We've got 3-0 with their Premium Plus Dark of the Moon version. I will be getting that as well. We've got my custom one from Scream and Racing that we've got coming. Is that it? That might be it. We are getting so many Bayverse Primes right now, and I love it. Because we went years where it was Black Apple. Black Apple has really been our only good offering for a transformable masterpiece version. He has definitely been dethroned by Magnificent Mecha, though. You guys might be able to hear that. That's my cat scratching my door. So I'm going to wrap things up. If you guys do want to purchase this head, it was $65 from Dino Model Shop on Instagram. I think his next batch is all sold, so you might have to wait a while before you can get this head. You can also ask him about the new Quan head or L8. L8 is my least favorite just because of how skinny and weird it looks. But if you want any of the other kits, also just hit him up. He only responds to you through DM. So you'll have to do business like that, and he only takes PayPal, which protects him, it protects you. So he is highly reliable. Trust me, I love him. He's really good at what he does. He's got a lot of good stuff to sell. Also, I am now on Instagram. I've been on there with my personal account, but now I have my dedicated Transformers Nemesis account. So make sure to go check that out. I'll drop a link for me and Dino in the description. But yeah. In terms of new videos coming out, I don't know if there will be anything with how the moving is going and such. But, yeah. If there's anything you guys want me to review or anything you want me to purchase that you think I would like, shoot me a message on Instagram. I love talking to you guys. I've had a few subscribers find me and send me some DMs, so that's been kind of fun interacting with you guys. But yeah, I think that's really all there is to say. So again, you can get the EMP and all the Quan kits from Dino_model_shop on Instagram. Go follow me at Nemesis Prime 85 on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one.